Hello and welcome back to Spring Creek, North Dakota. This is episode 2 of my Spring Creek series on Diesel Daydream YouTube channel. Last time it was just a quick flyover of the map, showing the farm and very briefly giving an overview of where we set the scene. In this episode I start showing what it is that we actually do. Let's tell a story. I thought a great opportunity to introduce you to the actual farm. So while we're busy cleaning off some of the vehicles from previous work that I've done, I'll give you a rundown where we're going to go. I have set up the greenhouse as I showed in episode 1, very briefly, but as I said, it's automated. I love playing with Autodrive mod and Courseplay mod, and these allow me to automate many of my farm functions, freeing me up to actually enjoy other gameplay elements, so I'm not stuck doing one activity all the time. I can chop and change between things. Autodrive is a brilliant mod, and thank you to the modders who made it. It has elevated the game next level. So pack us away and I shall show you where we start. For the greenhouse, at this stage I've got one greenhouse, a very specific mod, and I will find the link to the mod hub for this mod and I will post it. You can also have it if you don't have it yet. To start off, I have taken some pickup trucks, kitted some of them out with tanker bodies, as you can see in this one, or drive through the prickly pear, and then there'll be a couple more that have got tipper bodies, such as you see here. This particular greenhouse requires 4 separate inputs to provide its output. It is configurable to output olives or grapes. Currently I'm farming olives. So this one drives to the grass near crushing the eggs at the hen house. We'll get the rest of the guys fired up and going. There are 3 trigger points on this greenhouse, 2 for input, 1 for output. So the first input that is required is water, second is herbicide, then we need seeds and solid fertilizer. Liquids are dropped off at one short end of the greenhouse. The solids, seeds and fertilizer, are dropped off on the long edge, and then there's a sort of hose piped outlet where the bulk output gets just pumped straight out into the back of a tipper truck. So these guys go off on their various routes to pick up on the route that I've already pre-recorded, pre-set up and tested. They're all going to go off. So looking inside my Mercedes 1632 tipper truck, which is beautiful on the inside, so true to life detail, love it. Let's set this one up to go load up at the greenhouse. Now I've had this running off camera for a while, so I know that there is output ready to load, just so that it speeds up any waiting time that we have here. So set this up, as you can see, called Courseplay mod, autoplay HUD. I've preset my loading and unloading destinations and specified the fruit it needs to load. So I'm going to hop out, run over to the greenhouse, and we'll see what we got. I think, hang on, for best view we're going to just open up the menu and we're going to fly up in the sky. As you see, it's one greenhouse. Looks gnarly with all the different roadways that I've set up there, but each one of those roads or pathways you can see actually hide, which you can't see, it's invisible. They have an auto drive route set over them. It's all kind of in a one-way system. Here comes the first one. Now this pickup truck, I can't remember exactly. I think this is the water dude. Just going to pull in, following his route. You can see it kind of slows down because he's reading what are called nodes that are linked with a one-way system. Here comes our Mercedes tipper truck that you saw earlier. He just run around the block basically to get himself on route. So he's slow, he's reading the nodes because it's different things. Water boys offloading now. Then you'll see him reverse back to the recorded point for the unload bay. There we go. Stop. Roll forward. And he's off to go load up some more water. In comes the tipper truck next. Slowly reading his nodes, checking which route he has to go to, because he knows he's got to get to the greenhouse load point as I specified. He's in, he's loading, and you can watch his tipper body fill up with olives. Next up there's the tipper pickup truck. He's reading his notes. He knows he's got to go to the solid fertilizer unload point that I specified for him. There he goes. He's found it. He's backing up. He's got a very specific point. Each vehicle I have specified in my own way to not cross over, cause collisions or get stuck. So he's in his trigger point. Off goes the tipper truck with olives. He's going to go sell that for me automatically. Solid fertilizer is being unloaded. Now he's going to drop his body and head back out and go load up more solid fertilizer. He's off to a buy point, to a silo that I can get to. The other pickup truck with a tanker body, yes, he's going to a different spot to the water tanker because this guy's got herbicide in. So he's going to back up to his unloading point, which is the opposite end of the water. Stop, drop, and go. That's what they do. Now the next little pickup that's coming in there, you'll notice, close call, but off they go. They read, they recognize each other, and they stop. This dude's got seeds, so we've had water dropped off, we've had solid fertilizer dropped off, we've got herbicide dropped off. Here come the seeds. So there's 4 inputs required for the greenhouse to operate. It's been done in the background automatically. So I'm going to drop down out the sky, because I ain't Superman. And we'll have a close-up look to what it looks like on the ground. So here we go. This dude, it's a water tanker. He's back to float. Look at the bottom right-hand corner there. It's showing we receiving. And there we go. Look how dirty it already is. I sprayed this down at the beginning of the episode, and it's filthy already. Hard work being on the farm. He stopped. He's offloading now. Here we go. That's what's happening this side. Seed tipper's just finished. Hit his marker, and off he goes to get the rest. Right, so let me show you what this invisible node network looks like. So, quick cut back to previous recorded scene. Boom, there you go. Every red dot is a node. Every green line is a directional point between nodes. These guys are... I drove a vehicle around recording this manually and then tested them to see where they collide and wriggled and jiggled them so that it works. That's the greenhouse setup, folks. Now let's have a quick run around and check the animals, because I thought if we're going to do a farming thing, let's actually farm. And it's kind of winter time, so there's nothing really growing. So let's see. These are the chickens, and somewhere along as we go along the chicken barn, it's going to pop up a little menu, tell us if they need food. Healthy load of eggs waiting for selling. There we go. Truckloads of food. I do not need to bring them anymore. That's fine. Let's run around the other side and I'll show you the horse barn. I've not got myself horses yet, but in a future episode it'll be a bit of a horsing around, I guess. Around the back of the horse barn we've got the beehives. 3 pallets of honey waiting. Awesome. We'll come load them up at some point and sell them along with the eggs, I think. Yeah, there we go. That's the honey we got. Beautiful. Right. I think I need to show you how we do cows. Oh, there's a deer. Come back, come back. And he's off. Righto, so cows, sheep, and pigs. Those are the animals we have. Cows, we feed them total mixed ration. They need some straw as well for their bedding. Sheep, we feed them grass and they need water. Pigs, they get given pig food and they need straw as well. But in the meantime, I'll quickly show you what I've bought. Recently planted some grass fields so that we can grow our own food for the animals. Mix our own total mixed ration and grow the grass for the pigs. I mean sheep. Funny farmer, I'm feeding grass to sheep, to pigs, right? This is where I'm going to offload all that equipment and leave it up. So let's quickly go back, grab a cup of coffee, and go find our JCB Fast Track tractor and its special kit that I've set up just for feeding animals. A little cabin, nice little pad here. I like this house. Out of all the house mods, I think this is probably my favorite. It's not too big, not too expensive, and this kind of fits nice into a farmy feel. Right, hot stuff in, let's go. what I've got here, JCB fast track tractor, because it's quick. It's the quickest of the tractors, and I do a lot of driving with this, as you'll see. It has a short hook lift trailer from the IT runner pack, and a load of different bins and bodies. This is the water tanker, and I'm off to go water the sheep. So it's all set up again. This is on an Autodrive network, just like with a greenhouse. But this I'm going to do manually, because I'm going to sort of cut and shorten the scenes a little bit, just so it doesn't become boring. There's a sheep barn. I pull in around the other side of my one-way network, because inside the sheep barn, water's dropped off in one corner, grass in the other corner. So I've got to go in and reverse into the trigger point to offload. That's what it looks like from the top of the sheep pen. Cows in the background there. Let's quickly run on in, back it up. There's some wool waiting. That's what sheep give you, so they give you some wool. Have a look in the left corner when we go inside. There we go, pallets of wool waiting to sell. Righto, get back in there, drop the water. Good, cut that scene and we're off. Now what I do with this is I've tried to keep it simple, sort of economizing a little bit here. One tractor, 3 different animal types, all with different requirements, and hence my hook lift trailer. Because as you saw, the water was on the trailer, and I've got one trailer, one tractor, and I just want to run up and down, farming. I just want to look after the animals. I don't huff and puff and do all sorts of weird things, spend loads of money with loads of different vehicles. Hook lift is the way to go. Because as you'll see now, this little corner, so I've got all these little bins parked on the ground. I've already loaded them up, so there is stuff waiting to go, to be delivered. Let's see if I can reverse this in one go. Probably can't, because I'm just not that good of a tractor driver. Yeah, I was going to bump that, pull forward, do it again. And then have a look. I'm dropping that tanker. That's what hook lift means. It hooks up the containers, lifts them up the trailer, drops it off again. The next one in line is total mixed ration. Fancy word for food for cows. Now we pull into the cow barn here. This cow barn is from the Red Barn pack, if I got the name correct. It's a lovely set of beautiful buildings. Again, thanks to the modder for this. It does make role-playing really, really interesting. It gives you good visuals, it's multifunctional, and it's really interesting. Righto, that's up and let's roll. Whoa. Unfortunately, there's some glitching, as you can see, where logos inside flash. I don't know, maybe an update will fix it at some point. Right, so all this talk of fancy setups to feed all the animals, I must say, my one issue, and this is with me making a really bad choice, and I'll show it to you. You drive into the basement of the barn, and I've got to tip all of this food out. You'll notice it's a pretty low ceiling, right? So what I've learned to do is keep my eye on the tipper body and the ceiling, like this. Tip, watch it go, watch it go, watch it go, and stop tipping. Drop it all the way back down again. Because if I don't do this, that body hits the ceiling, and watch the tractor. Bouncing, bouncing, bouncing. Yeah. Bad farmer. It's not good there. So for role-playing purposes, I'm gonna have to change this at some point. We might get a little pickup truck with a smaller bed that just does more runs on Autodrive for me. It won't be as nice as a hook lift though, but there we go. Needs must. Let's see, what have we got next? So we've done water for the sheep, cow food. Let's go look at the pigs next, I think. The next one is pig food. So let's drop this one, swap it over, and run them to the little piggies. Wriggle, 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 wriggle. Can I do it? There we go. Drop it off. That's a bit close, but it's okay. We'll drag the next one out by its teeth if we have to. Oh dear, I'm too close to the wall. Let's pull it forward. Okay. Piggies, here we come. Can we get this? Can we get this in one? Awkward when you reverse up and down, in and out. You just can't get it right because then you're too far left, too far right. Or you get stupid like I just didn't unhook your trailer, not hook the bloody container. Anyways, I love watching this animation. There we go, righto. Piggies, here we come. Same route round all the barns. I'm going to cut a bit here just to save the boringness. Go route. Past the sheep. Go right. And we'll drop it here. Now, I did have an issue where I recorded this whole scene before and stuffed up the recording quite bad. So this might not take a lot of food, but at least you get to see what I do. Let's pull forward onto the trigger point. Little blue light should light up. Boom, there we go. Let's drop that food. Yeah, next to nothing. I'm not going to go around. There's 2 pig pens here. I'm not going to go on the second one because it's going to be the same issue. So the last thing we need to do is drop straw. I won't drop straw to the pigs because it's exactly what we've just done with the food. Hook the trailer, run around the back, drop at the same point. But giving straw to the cows with this particular shed from the red barn pack is unique. It's interesting. And perhaps a little bit of a driving challenge. Ooh. Hang on a sec, I forgot the grass for the sheep. Let's quickly run that across. And as you can see, we're at the sheep barn again, coming from the opposite side where we dropped off the water. Because like I mentioned, the trigger points for offloading are in opposite corners. So in order to get to the trigger point, we come in different angles, reverse into the corner. I've just missed the trigger. Nuts. Roll forward till the blue light comes on. First gear. And there we go. So tip her up. Let's hop inside. Let's see if I can show you the first person view, which is nice to play with sometimes. I do struggle with it personally though sometimes. Have a look. Ooh, hydraulics. From a quick little sheep. There we go. Look at the sheep coming out for some fresh grass. Awesome sauce. Right, let's head back, get that straw for the cows, and crack on, shall we? Righto, drop this one, hook the next one, same routine, but like I said, driving challenge for the shed, because unlike everything else, we go not just inside, but up into the building. Ooh, scary moment, nearly tipped, and there we go. We go in, turn, reverse onto the trigger point, and drop the straw, which is great. It's unique. It's exciting. We're inside the building. Let's backing up. Let me tell you about the scene that I stuffed up earlier in the recording of my footage. I want to also show you more than farming, and I've got this construction company, Clive the Construction Work, which I briefly introduced to you in episode 1. He's been tasked with building a hospital for Spring Creek. After the accident in episode 1, the emergency services said, our facilities can't cope with anything bigger than this, so let's have a hospital. Clive, the construction worker, got his whole crew out on an overnight convoy run from their depot to the site. Here's how they did it. folk, brings us to the end of episode 2, Spring Creek, North Dakota. While we zoom out into the sky again, I'll show you the construction site that Clive and his dudes have set up for the new hospital coming to Spring Creek. And I would like to ask you to please like, subscribe, and follow me for more episodes of Spring Creek as we develop this town, farm, and hopefully you'll be entertained. Until next time, folks, I shall wish you well. Bye.